Vegas is not for me. That's just not
too many people.
But it is for a lot of other people.
It is. It is. But I mean, so I'm not a gambler. I'm not a big drinker.
Right.
I'm not a fan of kids. I'm not a fan of people.
Tell everybody how you really feel, Liz. Just tell everybody how you really feel.
So I like sightseeing. I like learning things as long as no one's encroaching on my space.
Restaurant Punk, what's up? Restaurant Punk.
Restaurant, huh?
Restaurant Punk. Good God, how am I stuck in the middle today?
You are stuck in the middle today.
I sure am.
Is that your least favorite seat, sitting in the middle?
It is.
Do you feel that affects your performance?
It does, actually.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Do you feel uncomfortable sitting in the middle?
Not uncomfortable. I like looking at people. I'm a watcher. I'm a people watcher. So if I'm in one position, I can look at people this way I got to do this and see you. Hi, Liz. How are you? And, hey, Yanni, how are you?
So when you're dining at a restaurant, you don't like sitting in the middle and having two people next to you?
Absolutely not.
I love facing the wall, so I don't have to look at anyone. No one has to look at
sure
me.
You do.
You like facing the wall?
I love it. Oh my God.
We set up our restaurant so that nobody's facing the wall. We try and turn the table so that everybody has a view of everything. And Liz McBadass is now saying that she likes to look at the wall.
Yeah.
Is that your favorite seat?
Yeah, that is my favorite seat.
No shit.
Or I'll just like put my hat really low.
Why do you even go out?
So you don't have
I
to talk.
don't. That's
I guess so. You're right.
I don't. No, I don't. Because I don't let people encroach on my space.
Which I should say that going out in Vegas, I did have a great time with your presence at the restaurants.
Yeah, thanks. That was fun. I had a good time.
Fun, and you weren't facing the wall; you were facing us. And
I was. But if I'm by myself, I try to discourage people from speaking to me.
Okay.
All the time. Anyway. So.
Just so we're more specific, Nico is referring to the Bar and Restaurant Expo in Las Vegas that we attended. We learned a few things. Try and get some ideas, right?
Correct.
It was good. We enjoyed ourselves and we had some great food. And Liz, that was your first time in Las Vegas, correct?
Yes.
Review?
Which part? I enjoyed the expo. Vegas is not for me. That's just not
too many people.
But it is for a lot of other people.
It is. It is. But I mean, so I'm not a gambler. I'm not a big drinker.
Right.
I'm not a fan of kids. I'm not a fan of people.
Tell everybody how you really feel, Liz. Just tell everybody how you really feel.
So I like sightseeing. I like learning things as long as no one's encroaching on my space. I went to see an exhibit. I was telling you about it. And someone who worked there just kept talking to me to the point where I had to escape. I felt trapped. And I left early. It just ruined it for me. But anyway, it was interesting. I wouldn't go back for leisure.
Did you see the flashing lights? I remember the first night you didn't see any flashy lights.
Yeah, I went out there to look, and I'm like, yeah, this isn't.
Because there was
as
too many
exciting
people
as you
out
would
there.
think.
Probably. Yeah.
For the flashing lights? I missed the flashing light thing.
Well, I don't know about flash. There was just lights. It was okay, but it was cold.
No, it was a conversation she said in the first night, or technically the second night.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, I came to Vegas and there was like nothing flashy, like not what they expected. But she didn't see the strip with all the lights flashing.
Yeah,
and everything
But it
else.
still was less than I thought it would be, I have to say.
It was my third or fourth time. I still enjoy it. Just to even go out for a walk. I think the last night I was there, I walked up and down the strip. It was a couple miles. But, just like anywhere, you just see people on the street and you see some hustlers, you see some families, you see all kinds of shit. And I don't know, I enjoy that. I like that.
Some card clickers.
There are some great restaurants there.
There were some really good restaurants
Correct.
There were some good ones. The one we ate at was phenomenal.
That was really good.
Okay.
And it was in a strip mall.
And it was in a strip mall.
Yeah.
Talk about atmosphere, right?
Interesting.
It was good, though.
I got something.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, because I had something, too, but go ahead.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Ooh, what do you got?
So there was a speaker at the expo. I believe her name was Ebony Austin, and she's based out of Atlanta. And she was saying, train your customers. Don't let them train you. If you have a good product, they will follow you.
I like that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, yes, you want to accommodate your customers, but you don't want your concept to revolve around them. You don't want how you do things to revolve around them to the point where they're dictating everything. Like you said with the whole thing with the music. I'm just wondering, like, at what point do you push back as far as I believe in what I do? I understand that you like things a certain way as a guest, but no, this is how we want it. This is what we believe in. And I feel like the fact that you guys have stuck with that concept through George's Places enabled you to open so many and for so many of them to be successful. And the one that just opened is doing well. If it had been a new restaurant without that concept, I don't think it would be doing that well. People, just because you open a restaurant doesn't mean people are going to show up. But if you have a concept and a good product that people love, and it's been in the same area, people will come and they will follow you. So,
go ahead.
No, I insist.
I really love the topic, and her name was Ebony Austin.
I believe
correct?
it's Ebony Austin.
I remember.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw her on the list. I did not see that speech, but I really like that topic. And there's a fine line. I mean, do you sell your ass for cheap and just do what you think is going to work because people love it? Or are you going to do what you believe in and stick to that motto? And once you build trust and credibility, it's going to work. Not saying it's always going to work.
Right.
But you hear the horror stories, you hear the wins and successes. So there's a balance. At the end of the day, it's still a calculated risk. You choose. I choose not to be a... what's the word? What was her topic? How do you say it again? Don't do your customer.
No.
Don't do your
customers.
I mean,
or your employees. No. Don't let your customers train you. You train your customers. She also was pointing out that she has $15 strawberries, right?
$15 strawberries.
Chocolate covered strawberries.
$15 chocolate covered strawberries.
So she had to present it in a way that people would spend that kind of money. But it went back to training them. And if you have a really good product, people will pay for it. And that was her point also.
Interesting.
I agree with that whole concept of training the people and doing what you want and have a following of that nature. But you still, like you said, have a balance, because even though you can't appease everyone, which is 100% true, you can never, ever, ever appease everyone. You trying to grasp that type of environment where they're going to come to you no matter what, because that's what they enjoy. They enjoy your style, your food, your atmosphere, your everything, and they're going to follow you consistently. I'm not a big fan of cookie cutting. Same thing over and over again. I like to be different and unique. That's what makes you stand out. That's what, catches people's attention and wanting to go to. So you have to still cater to your guest from what your beliefs are. So do you. And once you get those people, cater to them.
Well, if we put chicken on the menu, are we doing that because we want chicken on the menu or our guests want chicken on the menu? If you're an entrepreneur, if you're a restaurateur, do you have a location and you're looking for a concept to put in there? Or do you have a concept and you're looking for a location? And that's where I think there's a fine line there. What are you doing? What's your goal? What's the end game? Are you there to please people? Chicken comes to mind because now on the menu for Petunia, our newest BYOB, there's one filet, correct?
Correct.
And 4 handmade pastas as entrees. That's 5 entrees. So I'm just waiting for the first person to come in and go, that's it? We're doing what we're going to do. But is that because we don't have a full kitchen, a fryer, a salamander, an open charcoal grill? We're working with sous vide, water, a little bit of convection,
Small convection,
right?
Yeah. Induction burner's not.
You work with what you got. So that goes back to my location and concept, or concept and location.
Yeah.
So generally, outside of George's places, your other venues, do you wait until you're in that space to decide? And the space speaks to you?
Yes. I think the deal also speaks, I think. I think if it makes sense and there's very low risk, we can get much more creative.
Much more.
So for any of you business owners out there, when you come across a home run deal, I think that gives you a little more space to be creative and take more risks. If you're worried about paying your $5,000 a month rent, maybe you are putting chicken on the menu because you know what? You need sales at the end of the day. So I think with the restaurant group, I think we look at the George's Place concepts as we're going to do sales. We're definitely going to do sales.
Right.
And then we come across these other deals where we're like, oh, we can
expand our horizons,
we can
different,
get a little different. And that's why I think George's Place is the only concept that we have. There's 5 of them, 5 different locations, but our other concepts are just all standalones.
Yeah.
Right?
Which they could expand into another branch, but it doesn't make any sense.
Right. And I think for Liz's topic, I think Shimon BYOB is the perfect example. We got the place for free. I looked at my brother and I said, let's just do something crazy.
Right.
And it is crazy and it's still crazy. But at the end of the day, when there's no menu, sit down, shut the up. Here's 15 courses for $30.
It's not for everybody. It's right for you.
And then you look at the space, like Liz had said, you look at the space and you kind of go from there.
Well, I like that you go in with that mentality. Like you guys aren't married to any idea. And I think a lot of people with restaurants, but a lot of businesses, they're so married to this idea. They have this perfect ideal situation in their head. And when there's going to be obstacles that you come across, you know, before you even open, that's going to prevent you from executing your perfect plan. And you just got to be able to pivot and just be very, very creative, like the whole thing with Petunias. And without having to install the hood and all the stuff that you find in a typical kitchen, he found the workaround. And that's actually a topic that I wanted to talk about maybe on another subject is, you know, sometimes the workaround is the perfect solution.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes the obstacle is the blessing in disguise.
Yeah. In our group, we usually, we never find a place. We kind of, you know, get an idea of something's presented to us, or if something does pop up, we'll go look at it. But we never have the concept in our minds and then go find a location for it. We get the location and then from there we create this concept. And, you know, it wouldn't be the same concept somewhere else, if that makes any sense.
I think that makes absolute sense. And for anybody watching or listening, I think a lot of people that are in the industry, because we've all been there as servers, bartenders, cooks, etc., we have an idea and we're like, you know, it'd be great. I have an idea for this cafe, or let's use hot dogs, Inglorious hot dogs. I have this great idea. It's going to be the best hot dogs. It's going to be the best French fries. We're going to hand make them. I have the concept. Now I just need to find a place. I think it should be the opposite.
Yeah, the opposite.
And then it's timing too, right? It's what people really want at that point in time, or whatever's going on in your life. You just have to be flexible with your ideas and your plans, and be able to pivot. And the more versatile you are, and the quicker you can turn on a dime, the better it is for you, because then you can make, in my opinion, better decisions. You don't make as good decisions if you have your tunnel vision on, and you only have your eye on one specific thing, and it has to happen a specific way, because then you're losing out on so much more.
Yeah, that idea that you have right now should be at the very bottom of your list. If you have this amazing concept and are needing the perfect location, put it at the bottom of your list, because you're going to miss out on so many other locations that didn't fit your concept that you can miss out on amazing other opportunities for. Because if you're just passing things along because they're not the right location, waiting for this one location to pop up, it could be years, it could be decades, as opposed to be, you know, opening up 5 restaurants with different concepts that came along because you put your main concept at the bottom of the list and went with a place and just created something from that.
Yeah.
So on that note, let's finish with this. I got a question for you. True or false? And we've been hearing this since the day we were born.
What?
Liz.
Yes.
This is what we've been hearing since we've been born. Location. True or false?
As of today, I'm going to say false. And there's a reason I say false. Because George's West opened, okay? And it's doing well. I drove by it. Couldn't find it. Okay? Drove back. I'm like, where the is this place? Because it wasn't a big sign. This is when it first opened.
Yes.
And I was thinking about it actually today when I was driving to filming today. I thought, it speaks volumes about the group and the following that you have. Because had there not been that following, no one would be there.
No.
It's not in some ideal location. It doesn't have a big, huge sign outside of it. You know, the food's good. I know the food, but simply opening it, it's how many weeks has it been? A month, maybe?
A little over a month.
A month?
Yeah,
What
something like that.
restaurant a month open is doing that well, honestly?
Chick-fil-A, Liz.
But I'm just
Chick-fil-A,
saying
Liz.
that.
But they have a
But
following.
I'm just saying it's not necessarily location.
No.
That's a following.
You want to be a destination. You don't want to be a
Yes.
location.
So location, Nico, you're saying?
No, I want to be a destination.
And I will co-sign for Liz McBadass and Nico Nikos to say false. You got something you want to say about it? You got a comment? You want to argue it? I'd give you my address, but I don't think I could do that. Restaurant Punk headquarters, Cape May, New Jersey. Come on down. Let's have it out. Nico,
Yianni.
Liz.
Me. Bye.
See ya.
Till next time.
Breaker. 1 second. Does it look good? Okay.
3. One more.
I swear it doesn't matter.
So why do you make us do it?
Well, I just kind of need a couple, but when you guys are like, oh, we did the order wrong on the wrong count, it really doesn't matter. I just told Barack that. I let them think it matters.
So, do you want to start over again and clap?
No.
No?
No.
What you got? What do you want?